Hey everyone, I'm doing a follow-up video to my last video, and I thought that I would do this one where we could just start at the beginning of the only thing we need to know, and that's at the hospital. Somebody said in the comments that they thought that she'd been arrested a bunch of times, but I did not see anything like that. So I still haven't made it through the whole video. I just can't. But I did watch the first part, which I hadn't even watched before, because whenever I made that video, I was just listening in the background as I was editing videos, and caught my attention. And then I made that video, and I've been trying to go back and watch it, but I just can't. I just can't. So I was thinking I would, I watched the first part till about 11 minutes. So I'm going to go over that part because that's the part of the hospital's responsibility. And this could be any of us. And I'm horrified. I'm still completely horrified that this can happen. She told the police right away, I've had a stroke. And then her son, I seen her son on a news interview. I've watched a few of those. And she had called him and told them that the hospital had beat her up. And she also told that to the police officer. And she told him she's had a stroke and she can't, I can't remember if she told him she couldn't walk at that point. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get started, and I'll probably put the video on in the background and you'll hear my voice when I make the video. I've got it set up in my kitchen, can't find my selfie stick. But this is important. This has to stop now. This cannot go any further. This cannot happen to another person. And, you know, I don't care what's wrong with them. I don't care if they're the biggest criminal in the world. You know, I can understand that more. This was uncalled for in every way. She went there from the airport. She was flying into town to stay with her friend. And she wasn't feeling well, so they called the ambulance and she went. So she didn't have her own wheelchair. They wanted her to just, walk away? No, where was the social worker? And how can doctors and nurses do that? They're the ones that called the security guard, and she said the security guard manhandled her too. Why? Because she's older, and she has gray hair, and she's not fit and rich and all those things. You know, I think this has a lot to do with the homeless situation. You know, think of a mentally ill person that's homeless and goes to the hospital because they're sick. And the hospital says, oh, you're good enough. Go, goodbye. Well, actually, in my state of Oregon, in Salem, just, a few weeks ago, a homeless person had gone to the hospital. And she had pneumonia. And they discharged her, and she died. I think it was when all the cold weather and the snow was going on. I don't know. I don't know what hospitals can do to make it better, but they need to do something because we're all at risk. Even them, even them cops. Do they think they're not at risk of the same thing? She had a stroke, so maybe she can't think quite properly. And yeah, we're just going to go through the video. Let's get started. I could talk about this forever. I have so many things going through my mind. I'm just sick over it. I'm just sick over it. And you know, how come there's not 8 million videos about this? I'll make the 8 million videos, but I guess until it happens to you, people don't realize that this really does happen. You know, I used to have chronic pain, and I'm on a chronic pain board, and I hear lots of stories about people that, oh, my chair fell apart. I hear lots of stories. They go and they're in severe pain, and the doctor says, no, can't help you, you know. I hear so many horrific stories. And I've never been thrown out of a hospital and arrested, but yeah, I think the hospital is where it's all started. They're the ones that threw her out into the streets. Somebody that can't even walk. She normally has a wheelchair. This should be under the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. Think about all those people you see around town in wheelchairs, maybe people with have cerebral palsy. What do the cops just expect them to stand up and jump right into the ambulance? Oh God, I tell you, I have so many things going through my mind. I don't even think I'm going to get through the walkthrough of the video yet. But we will. But I'm just making this video, so hopefully it goes out to more people, and there has to be more awareness made. That's just all there is to it. There's just no other option. There's none, not. In my eyes, she was a special needs woman. Maybe she hadn't been special needs all her life, but after she had that stroke, she was. And she verbally told them, I can't walk. How am I supposed to leave? And I do not know why she didn't call her friend. And why didn't the hospital call her son? Does that have to do with this Patient Privacy Act? I think a lot of this could be prevented if they had just made a phone call. Just like Gabby Petito, if the police had suggested, do you have any family we can call? Let's call some family. No, as far as I know, that was never suggested, but she did call her son from that news interview and tell him that she had been abused at the hospital. And I would like to know more about that. And I would like to know more about the broken ankle, but regardless of the ankle, and, oh Lord, see, my thoughts are too scattered. If people are looking for an organized video about this, this is probably not the channel for you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get, I don't know, let's try. It just seems so barbaric. It seems so barbaric. You know, I feel like it's that poem about the Jewish people, you know, they didn't say anything when they came for those people, and they didn't say anything when they came for those people, you know, and I didn't say anything until they came for me. Well, I'm feeling this right now, 100%. You know, I've taken care of sick people for 40 years. In the last 40 years, I've probably been on the phone with a doctor or a pharmacy or some kind of medical thing at least once a week. So I've been around hospitals a lot. I've been a patient. My kids have been patients. My parents have been patients. My grandmother, a lot. I've been to the hospital a lot. And it's wrong. It's wrong. You know, I just can picture my dad. One time they gave him Haldol after he had open heart surgery. Because when they brought him off the ventilator, he was kind of not quite there. And so they thought it was a good idea to give him some Haldol. Well, it made him crazy. And he hit a nurse. I just think, oh my God, what if they had just parked him out on the sidewalk and didn't call anybody? And then him be arrested and then die? Oh my God, I just can't even imagine. I feel so bad for her family. I seen her brother, and he reminds me so much of my dad. Oh, and the day this happened was February 4th, the day that my twins were born and died. So I feel connected to her case, or this issue, I guess. This is an issue for all of us. All of us. What can you do? You go to the hospital, and they don't believe you. And then they call the police on you because you won't leave. I've been told. I've had to have some counseling about doctor stuff, you know, in this 40 years. And I have even been told, just don't leave the hospital, you know. I did leave, but so I guess maybe that could have happened to me. I hope our police here wouldn't do that and have some more compassion. And I hope this gets shared to all police officers too. Because she told you she had a stroke. She told you. You could see her hand. What? What? Okay, I'm not going to watch the video. It felt good to get that out, though. See, I had a whole thing. I had a whole thing all typed up. I was going to say a little story and, you know, and then watch the video. And, you know, a lot of what I just said is in my story. But maybe I'll read a little bit of that. I believe that we need to come together as a society to address this issue. We can't just ignore it and hope it goes away. We need to demand better training for our police officers, better care for those suffering from mental illness or homelessness or stroke, and better support for our healthcare workers. We need to show more compassion and empathy for those who are struggling and work together to find real solutions. We have to work together. We just have to. I mean, the elderly people, think about somebody with dementia. Think about if somebody with dementia had showed up. That's what I'm saying. This is across anything. What if you got in a car accident? You couldn't, I don't know. But it has to stop now. I still haven't even watched the rest of the video. I can just imagine my rant then. Okay, well, I'm not going to make it to the video. Maybe the next one. But I don't want this to leave anybody's minds because this is that important. So, yeah, I don't know what to do next. Just keep making videos. Maybe enough people will see it that it'll bring compassion back, at least into the healthcare setting. I mean, I just cannot even believe it. And I cannot believe there's not more uproar about it. What do the nurses feel like that work at the hospital? I understand that maybe some patients are difficult, but good Lord, well, look at what happened. Look at what happened. Oh, and I have something to say for the guy that, the police officer, that it was the Lord's day and he wanted to go eat his oatmeal. Well, I hope that Lisa Edwards told the Lord all about you. I hope she told the Lord about every single one of the people involved in her death and her suffering before her death. She, oh my God, I did see the part where she was laying on the sidewalk, and I heard about the part where they pulled her hair. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, I just can't. Okay, yeah, I just have to go do something else because I feel very suffocated, and I feel very scared because I didn't think that would really happen in the United States of America. I didn't. Gosh. I don't know, you guys. What? And they said she was dead weight. Well, of course, she had a stroke. The left side of her body didn't work. See, I could just say that over and over and over again. So that if anybody's made it to this part in the video, you must be very upset about it too. So, yeah, we just need to spread awareness. And if you have a channel, make a video about it. People will watch. Look, 500 people watched mine, and I have a hard time getting, 20 people to watch my videos. So it's definitely a matter that people are thinking about. So anyways, take care. I don't know when my next video will be. This has just been so hard for me. I just feel very, very touched by it. I just do. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. I'll see you on my next video. And then I'm planning on going through this whole video with everybody and telling you where I think things should have been complete and what exactly needed to be different, because obviously they don't have the memo that not everybody is sprite, athletic, and healthy and can jump right into the back of the paddy wagon. Oh, my God. And she was not that much older than me. She was not that much older than me, Okay, I gotta go.